Hello juniors, and welcome to this week's episode of your senior project advisory videos. This week we're going to talk all about the forms for your proposal. So right now, hopefully your advisory teacher can pass out these packets. There's a packet for each student, and we're going to go through each form and what you need to do with it. So while you're getting your packet, I just want to go over a few reminders. The first reminder is that your proposal will be due coming up in 2 weeks from today, on Wednesday, November 8th. You're going to start seeing signs posted all around campus. We're going to have announcements over the loudspeaker. We're going to be sending emails and phone callers home to families and parents as well as guardians. We're getting the word out that you need to turn in your proposal, the typed portion, the Google document, in advisory on Wednesday, November 8th. So please make sure you are present in advisory with your Chromebook charged and ready to go. As a reminder, if you do not submit the typed Google Doc, again, you're not submitting these forms, but you are submitting the Google Doc portion. If you do not submit a complete draft on Wednesday, November 8th, you will lose privileges and you will not be allowed to apply for the College for Me trip. You will lose athletic eligibility and co-curricular eligibility, and you will also lose the privilege of attending the winter formal dance. So please don't miss your deadline. You have 2 weeks to get the typed portion done. All of these videos are posted online if you need to review or if you are absent for advisory 1 week. And remember that we're submitting 2 weeks from today, Wednesday, November 8th. So hopefully by now you have this packet of forms. And I'm going to go through each form and let you know what it's for. So stay with me, maybe get out a pen or pencil and take some notes. The first thing to remember is these forms will not be due until you are about to be approved. So on November 8th, we're submitting the Google Doc online, but we are turning these forms in once the Google Doc has been graded and revised several times. So this is the last step, turning in these forms before you get approved. Sometimes students get very confused and they think they are not supposed to get their form signed until the end. The opposite is true. Get the form signed as soon as you can, but you do not submit the forms until your grader tells you to bring them. So the process works like this. You will submit your proposal online on Wednesday, November 8th. Mrs. Meredith and I will then take about a week to open and read and sort all 500 and 600 proposals and assign them to different graders. Then the graders need time to go through each one and grade them. At that point, come December, early December, you're going to see an advisory video that will remind you to open the proposal in advisory and look at all of the comments that your grader has made. Then you begin the process of revising back and forth with you and your grader. You can also meet your grader during tutorial or sometimes during lunch or after school, whatever works for you and your grader. After you go back and forth revising and emailing with your grader, then your final step to get approved will be to bring your grader these forms. So these forms will not be due until January, February of 2018. But again, you're going to want to get them signed and keep them in a safe place so you can get approved faster. If you wait to get them signed until January, February, it might take much longer because you'll need to meet with your consultant, get your parent or guardian to sign a form, get them signed now, and hang on to them. All right, so let's take a look. As you can see at the top, it tells you what I've just stated. Get these forms signed now and hang on to them. And remember that all students are required to submit a consultant contract form. So if you open the packet, your consultant contract is the first form you will need to get signed. We want you to use these ones that we're giving you today. This is your packet to keep. If you do lose these or you need another copy, please see me in room 140A, or you can print them from the Senior Project website on the forms link. So the consultant is that non-family member adult who's 21 years or older who can help you with your learning process. They will read the front, then they will flip to the back. They will fill in a few brief questions including their name and their email, and then they will sign at the bottom as well as you, the student. Next, we have a client contract. This is for almost every project with the exception being fitness. Your client is who will receive your final product or view your final performance. If you're not sure who your client will be, you can ask your proposal grader, or you can see me or Mrs. Meredith in room 140A or room 50. Some projects do have multiple clients. Some examples would be baking. Baking has 3 clients for 3 events. Cooking has 2 clients for 2 events. And cosmetology and barbering, although you will have 7 clients, you will only need 1 client contract submitted to be approved. You will not need to get 7 client contracts signed. The next form is for all students. This is the parent-guardian-student agreement. Please be sure to discuss your project with your parent or guardian. Let him or her know, or let them know that this is what you'd like to do. Let them know an idea of costs and when the timeline is for you completing the project. They're going to need to sign and that they understand that this project is a graduation requirement. They will give their contact information, and they're signing that they support this idea. The next form in the packet looks like this, and this is a Helix facility form. This is only needed if you are doing a Helix event where you would need something open, for example, something if you're doing some sort of construction on campus, if you are painting something on campus, making a change to our campus, or holding an event on our campus. So it's pretty rare that you would need this form. So if you're doing that, Mr. Bridgkey, our facilities manager, will sign this in addition to a staff member who is overseeing that project. Lastly, you have an off-campus facility request form. This is for projects that are doing something at another site, business, organization, or school. So for example, if you are teaching at another school, or if you are doing something at the Kroc Center or holding something at a park, something where you would need permission to be there, you would need this form. You will also need this form if you are doing a construction project, even if it's at your own home, a landscaping project, or an automotive project. We want your parent or guardian to be aware that you will need to use your home, whether that's your garage, your driveway, your backyard, to do the senior project. So once again, if you're doing construction, landscaping, or automotive, we will ask that you get the off-campus form signed by your parent as well, acknowledging that you'll need to have your vehicle there in the garage taken apart, or acknowledging that you'll be painting the backyard fence and planting a new garden. So that's why you need the facility form. So just to review, these are the forms you need, this very packet. These are the forms you are to get signed as soon as you can. Keep them in a safe place at home or maybe in your locker until your proposal grader tells you to bring them in. They will say that as a very last step before you get approved. So remember, our deadline is coming up. Please come see us for help, but don't turn this project in late or lose privileges. On Wednesday, November 8th, you will watch a step-by-step instructional video, and we will all go through the process together of opening the proposal, sharing it properly. We'll all have to share it with the same account, and then submitting it using a Google form. If you miss one of those steps, it's going to look like you did not submit. So you're going to suffer from a loss of privileges. So be sure to be present in advisory on Wednesday, November 8th, ready with your Chromebook and ready to submit your Google Doc, not your signature forms. All right, that's it for this week. And next week on November 1st, we'll be running through some reminders. Please do come and see me or Mrs. Meredith if you have any questions. Thank you.